be a little nervous. Her heartbeat is...
We are live.
Well,
hello, everyone.
What's up, squad? Welcome to the Vintage Rescue Squad. Happy Monday. You know, Mondays are always, I love a good Monday myself. So happy Monday, everybody. Mondays are fun. We've got some guests today or tonight, this evening with us. I'm going to go ahead and allow our guests to make their introductions and tell a little bit about themselves. You probably already know some stuff, but we'll just go ahead and let them tell who they are. And we'll start with, I think she's right below me, Pamela Blanchard. Go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about you.
Hey, I'm Pamela, and I have a YouTube channel, Pamela Blanchard. I also am on Instagram under my little business name, which is Oak Grove Mercantile. And then I sell on Etsy and I sell on eBay. And I do live sales once a week.
Yep.
I did have an antique booth until last year, and that got to be too much. So.
Ooh, I want to talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about the antique booth and stuff tonight. Pamela has a sale every Saturday night. It's a Saturday night sale, and it is fun. It is fun. So make sure that you are subscribed to Miss Pamela's channel. Everybody's channel is linked in the description down below when this video goes up. And I think some people will probably be putting links to everyone's channel. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification, because you know nowadays everybody has a pop-up sale. So you just never know. Maybe Miss Pamela's going to have a pop-up sale. You just don't know. So you have to make sure that you got the little notification clicked. You just don't know. All right, now we got and she also sells merch.
She does.
I got my Miss Pamela shirt. She's wearing one as well.
Pamela.
All right. So next, next.
Pamela Bama.
Yep. Pamela Bama. So next to me over this way, we have
Pamela Bama.
Oh, Pamela Bama. All right, Mr. Vinny, tell the folks a little bit about you.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Vinny. Real name is Vincent, but I go by Vinny on all my social media. I have a full part-time job at Marshall's, but I also do reselling as a hobby, because otherwise my life would just be boring if I didn't do this. I host live sales at least twice a month, every other Saturday, doing 40 hours a week. Sometimes cuts into my leisure time. I do sell on eBay and Amazon also, but that kind of fell on the wayside with how much work that is. Oh, and this is my guest, Dusty, by the way, the bun. And she's trying to get down there soon.
Dusty.
Raise your hand if you want to pet Dusty.
She's soft, very, very soft.
Her ears. I just want to scratch behind her ears. She's so cute.
It's boring with her. She's very cute, but she's trouble though.
Oh my gosh. Well, and then we have my little co-host, my wonderful co-host who reached his 1,000 subscribers in 24 hours.
Awesome.
The Cult of Vintage.
What?
If you didn't, if you didn't already know, Michael has content on his YouTube channel. He's got 3 videos out now.
Four.
I forgot.
Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, y'all. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. That's just like Vinny. He's got a full-time job, so Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is what we can do. The first Shop With Me video went up today. It's a learning curve.
Let me tell you, I was telling Michael the other night, I said, you know, the way that you started your content out was so smart, because like with me, when I just started making YouTube videos, I was just like, oh yeah, this is my stuff that I got today. I didn't like tell people anything about myself. I didn't do an introduction. I didn't like go on a home. I mean, Michael, you let everybody get to know you a little bit first, and then it's just brilliant. It was brilliant what you did.
Well, thank
Very
you.
much so.
It was.
I mean, you can go back to your first video 10 years from now, and you're going to be like, my first video was great. Unlike me, my first video was horrible.
That's cool. Yeah.
Mine was too.
But Michael's is like,
Well, I had
Michael's
really
well
good
thought
teachers.
out.
There were a lot of really good people who paved the way. So, you know, I pay attention. That's the key thing, is I paid attention to everybody.
We learn from one another.
Mhm.
We
Definitely.
really do. We
Yeah.
really, really do.
Yeah.
Okay. He went shopping today too.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
2
Awesome.
places.
He did.
Ooh.
Now you were supposed to go to 3 places. Oh yeah, you said you didn't have time.
It was a 2-hour drive, so I wasn't expecting them to be as big. I Google searched biggest antique malls in Pennsylvania, and that's where I went.
Antique Malls in Pennsylvania.
Soup Beans, which is a great name. I love seeing Soup Beans pop up. Michael got my lady vase today.
I
She's
know.
much better in person.
That green and black, oh, that is, yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
And
I
how
love
did
hearing that. I love it when people call it. Message us and let us know what they get and how they like it.
well, and
Absolutely.
I always love it when I get pictures. Like people will send me pictures and show me how they've, used it in their decor, and I love that. I
Mhm.
love that. Oh my
I
gosh,
do
we have
too.
all
I
kinds
love
of friends in here tonight.
Yes, we do.
How old is Dusty?
I can't even see. Oh, wait a
Vinny,
minute.
Vinny, how old is Dusty?
Just a couple months. We got her when she was
Okay.
about 8 weeks old, so she's still a baby.
Oh,
Is she litter box?
she is a baby.
Yep, she sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vintage and Vino says, Vinny, you're such a quiet guy. Do you need some Vino?
No, it's just I don't like being the center of
Obviously,
attention.
you hadn't
And
been
plus,
to
it's
my
not my
show.
show anyway. So, oh, Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. Dusty is adorable.
She is.
My little Maybelle is just wanting outside. She could care less. She's gonna escape here in a few minutes.
Oh,
She wants out. She's almost a year old. Oh, okay. She'll be a year old.
Oh, there she goes.
Yes. Yeah. She's
that's
gonna
hard
talk
to
to us.
believe. It's
I
hard
know.
to
Year.
believe.
I know. I bought her a doggy birthday cake mix, and I'm going to make her a birthday cake. We're going to have a little
Oh,
doggy
God.
birthday party. And yeah,
Wow.
I mean, there won't be any other dogs here because
A Maybelle
Wow.
birthday.
a Maybelle birthday.
Mhm.
I'm going to let her out real quick. You guys
A Maybelle birthday.
ask. Well, let's start talking about what made you decide to resale. And if anybody has a question in the
Ooh.
chat for any one of us, go ahead and ask it. It helps if you put it in all caps. And yeah, Miss Pamela had a birthday yesterday.
She sure did.
21 years old, Pam. 21.
21, baby. I'm legal. Drinking everything.
Ooh,
She's finally legal. She's been waiting.
Yes.
Mhm.
I've been waiting on that day.
Y'all better lock up them men.
Yeah, lock them
Mhm.
up. Lock them up.
That's right. That's
Okay, here's a question from Sean. Hello, Sean. Key Totally Vintage. How does Miss Pam?
Hey, Sean.
I think he's trying to say how do you find all of your wonderful items? I'm guessing. Is that what you meant, Sean?
Oh, okay. Well, I have to go. Of course, y'all know I've complained about it enough that the thrift stores around me are just crap. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I go to Birmingham a lot, which is about, I guess it's about 75 miles to the little area where the antique malls that I like are. And so I travel up there. I go to those antique malls. And every once in a while, like if Kelly and I take a day trip, or one of my friends and I take a little weekend trip or something, I'll thrift and shop up there. And then sometimes we have auctions here. There's 2 companies around here that has auctions. I'll go to the auctions and get those. And that's where I got those. Excuse me, I got a hair fun. That's where I got those biscuit jars and that beautiful glass that I sold last week. There was this lady, Miss Vase, and it was her whole estate. And they went in there, and like her husband just decided that he wanted to see people enjoy, get excited and enjoy her collection. So he wanted to sell it he wanted to see it sold before he passed away. And so they're going to break that up into, I think they said 3 different auctions. So they've already had 1, so there'll be 2 more. But that's where I get most of it is there's 2 really good antique malls up there.
Yeah, I really like the online auctions, but you have to really look at the pictures really well because they don't always say when there's damage. And I've bought some stuff just this past week, and a lot of it was damaged. And I didn't realize it. I mean, I still didn't pay that much for it, but still, I don't know that I would have bought it if it was damaged. I mean, some of them were very damaged, and that's the downside of doing it. You can't see it to check it out.
Well, what's it called? They give you like a time period to go in and go ahead, Pam.
The one that I really like that's local here.
I'll be back, guys. I'm going to say bye, everyone.
Well, I say local. It's like 2 hours away. But they give you a preview time slot. Preview. But it's like 1 day, and then it's like from 10 to 2 this day, you can come and preview. Well, being a little over 2 hours from me, that's hard for me to do on on the spur of the moment. But also, they are really good about noting damage.
Oh, that's good.
And I have only got one thing that I was surprised with, something being wrong with it that wasn't mentioned. But you pay a premium for their stuff too. Their stuff, because they're so good and they have such good merchandise, everybody is bidding on their stuff, so it tends to go really high, and I miss a lot of lots that I would love to have. Like there was a set of this weekend, there was a set of vintage Coke bottles that I wanted to get for Katie so bad. I mean, foreign Coke bottles. Like there were Coke bottles, but they were from all different countries and over the world, and they were written in foreign languages, and I wanted them for her so bad. And they just went so high, I couldn't even get them. I couldn't even think about getting them.
That's the thing, though, too, with the online auctions is you really have to pay attention. You really have to pay attention to, well, one, when you're supposed to go pick up the items, because I've bought things and I'm like, I can't go on like a Wednesday. Right. I can't do that. But if you do call them and they have room that they can store them, if you work something out with them, they usually will work with you. But and you always have to see like when the end of the auction is, because you want to make sure that you're sitting there and you're watching, because if it's a soft close, if it's a soft close, then you can still, add to your.
And what is the soft close? You can keep bidding. Like if somebody bids within the last minute, then it continues.
And it continues, yeah. Yeah.
It continues, yes.
For a while too, and you're like, come on. All right, I see some more questions here. Oh, Nancy. Hello, Nancy. This overstuffed house. Have you ever dropped something great while filming? Have you dropped something?
Sure.
I haven't.
Yes.
Pam has. They've made great snapshots for Instagram during her sales. I'm sorry. Those were hilarious.
Oh, I thought
I
they meant
still
while
laugh.
shopping with me. Oh no,
We've screenshot them. People have screenshot them and then posted them. They're hilarious. Just the look on your face. You're like, thank God it didn't break.
I have.
You have, yeah.
I have.
I mean,
well, because
sold something for $60 and it's sitting in a million pieces on your island.
Oh.
yeah. Now I've not dropped something while I'm filming in the store, but I've dropped something while I'm filming in the shop. Like if I'm filming, I don't know, a video, a vlog or something, and I'm at the shop and I'm moving stuff around. I'm, you're holding the camera, you're trying to do too many things at one time. You're holding the camera, you're grabbing like 5 things and you're like putting a thing on each finger and you're carrying them, And yeah, I've broken a really cool lusterware set, but I did sell it.
Yes.
I did sell it.
Yeah, I did that not this past sale, but the sale before that. I had an avalanche of fragiles. Thankfully, not a lot of stuff broke. I mean, one thing got chipped up, but it is what it is. When you don't pay much for this stuff, you're not out too much.
Now, I have been talking. I was talking with Sam from Thrift Jew, video talking with her, and I fell walking up the stairs, and she got to see that. Drop my phone. And she also witnessed my husband came in the other day. Sam from Thrift Jew. My husband came in. I was talking to her. Yeah. And he came behind me and scared the crap out of me. And so she got to witness that too. She witnessed me almost dying twice.
Oh,
is this Miss Pam frozen?
Oh no.
Sorry. My lighting is going in and out. I don't know what I'm going to try to.
Is it raining by you, Michael? Because it just dumped rain here.
No, see, it's still, I don't know what is going on with my camera. I'm like orange and then white and orange and white.
It's not Halloween time yet.
You look fine. I can't tell the difference.
There, see? There, did you do it again? Or am I having a stroke? What's going on?
So Jeannie says, have y'all found your unicorn item yet? And what is it?
No.
One of them I did, yes.
What is
it? I shared it on Instagram.
Tell us.
It's a I don't want to leave, but it's a Playboy magazine from January of '55. It's got Betty Page in it. It's a very iconic Christmas centerfold, and I love it. I paid up for it, but it was definitely it was what, $225, but after I bought it, auctions that I watched on eBay, some of them went over $400, and that wasn't graded, so I got a steal of a deal for that.
Oh, good.
Nice. Is yours graded?
Yeah,
no,
you did.
Thank goodness it's not. I would have paid an arm and a leg for it if it was graded.
That's a hard question because a unicorn thing for me, there's so many. I mean, I don't really have necessarily that one thing that I'm looking for.
Right.
I've got several. That's my problem.
I'm looking at everything. I'm looking for everything.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
This is a good question. I think. What is your biggest challenge?
Right,
what is your biggest challenge as a reseller?
Just one.
I think Pamela's lagging.
I do. Pamela. Pamela, you are lagging, girlfriend. Why don't you pop out and then come back in again? Maybe that will help.
Yes. Okay.
So
see, it happens on the camera angle though too.
She'll be back. She'll be back. She was lagging a little bit. You know how we always say, you got to refresh. You got to refresh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right.
You can't necessarily do that. So your biggest challenge as a reseller. Oh, and I wanted to say though too, we're answering these questions, but y'all answer them in the chat too. Answer them to one another, and so we can see them too. So make sure that you answer each other back and forth too. So what is your biggest challenge as a reseller, Vinny?
I think for me, it's just finding time to relax. Like I'm always on the go. Like I worked 8-9 hours today, and I just came home and just laid down and I was like, oh. But then, having that job, I have a hard time, balancing listing versus prepping for the sales and then shipping stuff. Like I still have people's invoices that I didn't do yet, but it's just finding a balance in everything, especially for me, because I'm always doing something. I'm always busy.
What about you, Michael?
Fortunately for me, because I'm the boss, I have an extraordinarily small staff, so we're really able to, how's she doing there? Pamela.
Hey, I'm trying.
Okay.
Hey, did I come back?
People were saying that they couldn't hear you. I think we can hear you good now, though.
Oh, good. Do I need to turn my volume up, maybe?
Probably.
Okay. Turn my volume up some.
You might still be a little bit. You might still be lagging just a little bit, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. We just go with it. We just go with it. We do. So, Miss Pamela, go ahead and finish your question, your answer, Michael.
Oh, so yeah, I do have that a little bit more of a luxury in regards to scheduling. So that does help because I'm able to take off 2 days in a row, which in the world of retail doesn't exist. So that is nice that I'm able to go shopping and film and edit and do Vintage Rescue Squad. And then tomorrow and I can prep today. I do that all today. And then tomorrow is just the sale and it's just invoicing and then it's boxing and getting everything out on Wednesday. I would say like today, it's because a lot of it's new to me in regards to I want to get this. I'm just not at the point where I feel comfortable spending, I think, certain dollar amounts on items that I know have value, that I know that there would still be a profit margin, but there's still such a hesitancy on my part to maybe spend $30 or $40 on something, even though there's still room for profit because, you could sell it for $45 and I made $5, but
yeah,
you'll
get there though.
It's scary. It's scary.
I was the same way. I mean, I didn't like to spend over $10 for just about anything, but you do start getting an idea of what does sell and what you can sell.
Absolutely.
And it's different on eBay than versus a live sale too. I mean, there are some things that I could sell on eBay for more money than what I sell them for in my live sales, and vice versa. There are things I can sell in my live sales that I wouldn't be able to sell for as much on eBay. So it's kind of a balancing act to decide.
Right.
Miss Pamela,
I try not to buy anything that for one, that I don't like myself.
Me too.
Because for one, if I don't sell it on a live sale, then that means I'll need to list it on eBay or Etsy. Well, I find out I have got a death pile out there in the storage building of things that I haven't listed just because I don't like it. I don't want to. It don't interest me enough to spend the time to invest the time in getting it listed. You know what I mean? That was
exactly what you mean.
A year or so ago. And so I have started last year not buying anything else unless I particularly like it. It brings me joy. If I get stuck with it, I'm going to love it. Or either if I don't sell it at a live sale, it's not going to be a chore for me to take pictures and measurements and stuff and then put it on Etsy or eBay. If that makes sense.
Right.
Total sense.
So that, I mean, I don't always have a big variety of things, like from one gamut to the other. But then again, I'm not, I still enjoy what I do, and it's not a burden to me. It's not like a job.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is true. If you don't sell those things that you don't, I mean, you don't list those things that you don't like. You're just like,
Nope.
I don't want to list you. But then again, sometimes though too, I'll like walk around when I'm at the shop, and I'm like, and I see, because I have a shelf that I keep the things that I want to list on eBay, and I sit and I'm like, I got money sitting right here. Why is it just sitting there? You know what I mean? And I think that's my biggest challenge. My biggest challenge is there isn't enough hours in the day, because I do everything by myself. That's going to change too when Emma is home. She's going to be able to. I'm paying her, but she's going to work for me, and I'm hoping that I can get things listed on eBay, and that I have more hours in the day to get stuff done. Because I do try to be done. I do try to leave at 5 o'clock, and so I can be home and make dinner for my family, and not where, even though that I'll still be either editing a video or I'm answering emails or but I'm here. But I do try to set hours, I guess you could say.
Hours of operation, just like any other business.
Yeah.
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 And it's hard to do because I'll sit and lay in bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and answer emails sometimes if I can't sleep.
See, I will buy stuff that I don't necessarily like, but I know other people do. So like when I'm out at the antique malls or the thrift stores and I see a poodle or something, I think of Randy or elderly poodle, and I'm like, oh yeah, they would like this. Let me see if I'll offer that. Like it's what people like that will sell, but I also buy stuff for me that I like, and I feel bad when people say, oh, I'll buy that from you. I'm like, sorry, not for sale. That's another challenge I face because I like it too much to get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the reason why I have a bunch of crap now.
Oh, Jolene, no. Jolene, let me tell you what, I was hungover on Tuesday last week.
From last week's thing. Oh my gosh.
I messaged Michael and I was like, I didn't drink that much. We drink that 1.5 little teeny bottles. I just don't drink very often.
You only drank 1.5, you cheater.
Well,
you cheat.
No,
I did.
But that was some pretty high proof though, wasn't it?
It was
that
90
1 apple
proof.
was 80 proof.
No, that apple stuff was 99.
That would have made me sick to my stomach to drink.
99 apples was the first one was a pink lemonade vodka, and then a 99 proof apple. Yeah, and Misty's like the next morning, I'm hungover. I'm like, I'm fine. 5 minutes before the sale, I'm like, I don't feel good.
I was like, I'm hungover.
This is why you need to eat before you drink, people. Rule of thumb: eat before you drink.
My drinking liquor days are.
We didn't know we were drinking. You did not know.
Tina duped you into drinking? That's not fair. Call her out like that.
Now, I like a glass of wine every now and then, but not 99 proof booze. Whew,
I'm not a big drinker myself. I mean, I have to really be in the mood to have something alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have fun with this. This is my high and my therapy rather than turn into the bar.
Oh, I know. It's just, I love this. I love you guys. Jody, who has a fabulous YouTube channel. Jody's YouTube channel is great. She has the most, her voice is so calming. And Jody's got a good voice. She could do commercials in her voice. She reads stories. Jody, put your YouTube channel in the comments, but Jody's question is, I watch a lot of live videos. What do you all use for live videos? Your phones, computers, any advice? Well,
I use my computer and my webcam for lives, and then I use my phone to record videos.
Yeah, when you before, well, and Jody, you're over 1,000 subscribers, so you can use your phone. When I go live and it's just me, I use my phone. I just go on the YouTube app, go live, and follow the directions. But when you're doing something like this, then we use StreamYard, and I think all of us use StreamYard when we do these like group chats.
Right.
The quality isn't as good as like just going on your phone, but you're able to get more people on at one time. And it's free. You just have to download it. And now I ended up having to buy like the middle package because of these Monday nights. I was using up all my free minutes.
It's 20. Is it 20 hours per month? Because I don't use it very often, like twice a month for StreamYard, unless I do something live randomly. So I don't really ever have to worry too much about it.
But I was getting the emails, and I thought, well, and I just did it. I mean, I can write it off on my taxes, but I don't know.
Better this than the government getting it.
True.
No kidding.
True.
No kidding.
True. And again, I love doing live sales, and I could do one every single day. I could, but you got to ship everything. And I don't have time. I don't have time to ship everything.
Oh God, no.
I love.
When I did the sale with Alex, and then I did the sale with Dolores, and she sent me her stuff and everything. Oh my God. Because when you're responsible for somebody else's stuff too, that puts puts a real big burden on you, because you're not only worrying about presenting your items nicely and package them nicely and make sure they're getting there. She's entrusted me to get her stuff there nicely and safely and everything. And that was a big job this past week, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and not only that, I mean, Pam, just getting it all together, because okay, I had this person and they bought this from this sale, that from that sale, and then you're putting it all together because you're shipping it all together, and you want to save them on shipping, and so there's a lot of components to it, and you find yourself, what did I do? What did I do? It's a lot of work.
Oh no, I would have do it again. It's just that the time management. I have a big problem with managing my time. As far as because there's you have to I have to source. I have to I have appointments I go to. I have to spend time with my family. Try to and
right.
I have a problem with time management. But I'm getting better at it. But that was a big learning curve for me when I started live sales, was managing my time. Even though I'm like you, Misty, I do everything by myself. So
yeah.
Aside from keeping track,
I gotta keep my notebook.
My sales,
keeps me in line.
It's literally just me. Like my parents help me keep track of everything, like who buys what, but everything else is on me.
Mm-hmm.
I do the invoices, I do the shipping, I do the packing up. That's all on me.
Well, and I think that is a really important, it's a very important part about doing sales in general, live sales or eBay, especially the live sales, because you're selling a bunch of stuff all at one time. And, and you really have to have some sort of a system that works for you. And I think that we all probably do things very, very differently in how we do our paperwork. Right. And it does take a while to figure out what system works best for you. My gosh, my first live sales, I was saying, everyone, the first person to email me will get the item.
Yeah,
and but you learn and you just evolve and then you figure out what works and what doesn't work, and you just make it work. Angela, this is a really good question, Vinny. Vinny, do you find your age to be an obstacle at all in dealing with difficult customers? I mean, as if they were trying to take advantage of you because you're younger. That's a good question, Angela.
Does she
That is a
mean
good
like in
question.
terms of this or in terms of like my retail job? That's what I'd like to know.
I think she probably means in terms of reselling.
Well, I would say I think it just depends on the person. Like maybe I think a perfect example of this is maybe somebody who's trying to scam you on eBay. Like I had somebody a long time ago say, because this was back when Vera Bradley was still like very, very popular and in demand, and I could find it for relatively cheap and sell it for pretty good money depending on what it was. So someone had messaged me, and I was on vacation at the time, and they said, "Oh, I don't like this purse. I want to return it." So instead of waiting for them to ship the item back to me, I went ahead and just refunded them, and I never got the item back. I've
Oh,
since learned from that, and I don't F with people anymore. Excuse my French. You want to return the item? You better send it to me and in the exact condition I sent it to you in.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I'm not giving you a GD refund. It's basically a don't F with me attitude because, well, it helps that my dad's been doing eBay since the 90s, you know, way back before pictures and way when monies had to be sent in through the mail. Like I've learned a lot from him.
Oh gosh,
He's like he's the eBay veteran, my eBay veteran.
I remember waiting on people they would mail me checks. You'd sell things on eBay.
I remember that.
Check, then you'd wait for their check to clear. And oh yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, I do too. He used to sell gumball charms back in the day. That and Pez dispensers were his thing that he used to sell a long time ago, years and years ago.
I think that it's very, very important as far as dealing with your customers is having a return procedure, and maybe even having it, you know, type it up, write it down. You can put it in the description of your. Jeffrey has done this, and it's a very good idea. He has it all typed up, and it goes in his live sale videos, and it has like all of his rules and regulations. And that way, if there's ever an issue, he can go back and say, well, in the description, it, you know, not that would solve everything every time, but I think it's very important to, you know, you have to do what's best for you for your business, but there is a lot that goes into the customer is always right. The customer may not always be right, but you have to make them feel like they are.
I gotta tell you, being in retail for almost 7 years, customer ain't always right. They can take that statement and shove it where the sun don't shine. I mean,
and that is very true. The customer isn't always right. Oh, thank you, Toledo, for the $4.99 super chat. I'm just seeing that. Thank you.
But you do need to. You gotta be, and I've learned doing this face to face with people, is you have to be friendly, but you have to be like direct and firm with them when it comes to policy, be it where I work at Marshall's or on eBay. Like in my listings, I will say I don't accept returns. And the reason I do that is because I want the buyer to contact me saying, hey, this is the problem with the item. And I'm very easy to work with. Like, honestly, you have a problem or your item gets broken in transit, you're going to get a refund immediately from me. I'm not playing around with that crap. I'm not going to be that rude MFer who is trying to scam somebody out of their money. Like, I don't do that. Like, contact me and I will sort it out and do the best that I can for you all, because customer service is very important. Yes. But it's also important to know when to be firm and not deal with the a-holes that are out there trying to do things that they shouldn't be doing in the first place.
I mean, you're right, Vinny. I think that's a really good. I too don't accept returns. It's listed that I do not accept returns, but I will accept returns. It depends on the situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have had, I've had like 2 people that got an item from me from a live sale and they weren't happy with it. And they they did pay for the return shipping, if they've changed their mind. And I want the item to, come back in the same way. But, you want your customers to keep coming back to you. And I think that's
absolutely,
it's an important, to be gracious and be thankful for your customers.
Absolutely.
I think so too.
Yeah. Daniel, This is a good question too, Daniel. Michael would be a good one to answer this question. Do you ever not buy and let your inventory go to a minimum? I'm gathering for future live sales, but I'm feeling overwhelmed with stuff.
Yes, for that exact reason. I do not.
Yeah.
I don't. There are reasons. One is because right now the only selling that I do, yes, I have an eBay store, but eBay has stopped me from selling until I update to manage payments. So,
Michael,
what?
it's not, you need to do that.
Oh,
It's
I know.
okay.
Get to manage payments.
I know. And I'm going to be a total hypocrite because I have that lamp, that moss lamp that I literally need to list for eBay. And I'm like, oh, I can't list that until I actually update it. But that's one lamp. I mean, you know. But I purposely do not buy a lot because I don't want a lot. I can't deal with, and everybody's like, yeah, but did you see your shelves? I can't deal with stuff that's not mine. How about that? I don't want to have 100 items sitting here because just like Pamela said earlier, I'm going to buy what I really like. And I'm only going to buy what I really like because if I end up having to sit on it, it may very well end up in my collection, you know? So I don't have a store. You know what I mean? Like this is literally my house. It is literally in the closet. And what can fit in the closet is what can fit in the closet. Otherwise it's going to be everywhere. And I will, no. I've got enough of my own stuff.
I have all kinds of stuff. But I
Me
have,
too.
You have a storefront.
I have 2,500 square feet to put my stuff in, and it's not in my house anymore. So
That's good at least.
yeah, if
I'd
you
be
have,
buying it up then.
yeah, yeah, but then you see me walk around. I'm like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. It's
Well,
burying me.
The problem is we do that. We're like, we don't know what to do with all this stuff, yet we go out and buy more of it.
Well, especially if you're doing shop with me videos. I mean, you have to go out and film. You have to go out shopping and filming yourself. And then you're like, well, I have to buy this. It's only $6, you know, so you.
Yeah, I gotta buy that fairy lamp, only $5.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
fairy lamp $5. You gotta get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
you
kidding,
do.
right?
You gotta get it.
You got to. Vinny, how long have you been a reseller?
Oh boy, since I was 16, I think.
Wow,
High
Vinny,
school.
that's awesome. I didn't know
I
you
wasn't
could do
very
that.
good at it back then. I've evolved quite a bit from what I used to buy, and you know, my tastes have drastically changed since then.
Well, I think that can go for all of us, though. I mean, I think that, you know, when we first started out selling things, it's definitely you've learned things, you've learned about things, you've learned the value of certain things, and you know, it does. You do evolve as you grow up and you learn, and I think that's great, Vinny. I love seeing the young kids selling.
I would like to know what Pamela used to buy that she no longer buys.
Whippersnappers. Ask her that again.
I said I would like to know what I want to know, Pamela, what it is that you used to really like to enjoy collecting or selling that you just kind of have grown out of, or there's just no market for anymore, whatever the case may be. Is there anything that you just really are like, no, it doesn't do it for me anymore?
Yeah. You wouldn't believe primitive stuff. Old tools, old farm implements, like planes, wooden planes, and tools and stuff like that, and the crocs, the old primitive like crocs and stuff like that. I used to love to do that, and I did good money on it back when tips and stuff were were the thing, and you would think that would transfer over to the farmhouse craze that's going on right now, but it really doesn't. I wanted it to really, really bad. I tried to push it on everybody when I first started, but it's not what people just don't want it. It's not like back in I think it was maybe the 80s or something when the primitive thing wasn't like the painted furniture and stuff. It was just like the old stuff. Like you would go in a barn and find something and bring it and put it in your house. And that was just the creme de la creme. The more cobwebs on it and the rustier that tin doors, the better off you were. But that's just not a thing anymore. But that's something that I really, really enjoyed buying and selling. But it's just not any market for it or any money to be made in it anymore.
Yeah.
Some of it though, like it's like everybody says, there's always an exception to the rule. There are still some things that are primitive that are like that are worth money. So it's not like it's all gone to the wayside.
Yeah, I have all kinds of primitive stuff too, Miss Pamela. I mean, all kinds. I got.
Well, when you find that bar, you let me know because I've got a storage room full of it.
Yeah.
You gotta buy it.
I really think that it should come in on trend again.
That's
some of it, yes.
Everybody, let's be trending.
Well, I'm ready for it when it does.
So Joni has a great question. What is your business goals for 2021? Vinny, what's your business goal for 2021?
In terms of like eBay or like maybe YouTube?
You're
resell.
Yeah.
I would love to reach 5,000 subs by the end of this year. I mean, I've been pumping that content out as much as I can, but sometimes I feel like my subscriber count gets stuck somewhere, and then I lose a couple, and then I lose a couple more, and then it just picks back up again. Like I just feel like it's not growing as fast as I want it to, but then again, it's all about putting in all that work to make it what you want it to be.
Consistent content does help if you put it out on the same time every day. It is a great way to grow. But don't make yourself a promise, Vinny, and don't look at your subscriber count for a week. Don't look at because if you check it, it's just like when you go on a diet and you're constantly checking the scale to see if you've lost any weight, you get discouraged and just don't worry about the analytics and just have fun with it. And then say, okay, every Sunday I'll sit down and look at my analytics. But by the way, go subscribe to Vinny's channel right now. If you're not subscribed, let's get him some more subscribers.
There you go.
Thank you all to who subscribed.
What about you, Miss Pamela? What's your kind of reselling or YouTube content goal for 2021? Uh-oh.
She freezes again.
My goal is to do at least one shop with me video a week.
I would love to go shopping with Pamela.
I know.
Absolutely.
That would be fabulous. Are you going to take Kelly with you? There's a lag.
I would, but she's like, Kelly's the kind of shopper that she'll go ahead of you and she'll tell you what's there. Like she'll run and go pick something up and run back and
Kelly,
to me and tell it to me. I don't
know that's the worst thing. I hate
it. No.
But can I tell you what though? If we were to see that dynamic play out on YouTube in a video, I'm telling you what, I would eat that up like nobody's business. I can only imagine what goes on with the two of you. Like, we need that.
Oh my God.
We need more of that.
We got to remember what happened the other night that Pam had me in tears laughing. I think
it was a white trash brawl when we're shopping together.
No, Kelly came on the other night and was filling in for Pam. Oh my God, she said, I'm channeling my inner trustee, and Pam started laughing hysterically in the background, and I lost it. I had tears strolling down my face from that. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I know. I agree with Michael. I think that it would be great.
It really would be.
We do have a lot of fun together.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, what about you? What's your business goal for
All right, well,
2021?
we'll do one together.
Is that a commitment? Is that a promise?
Yes.
You have to bring Nate with you, though, Michael. If
Yes,
you go to
that's a
Bama, you
promise.
got to
I
bring Nate
promise.
with you.
Yeah.
She promised. She promised us all. Okay.
Yes. We're going to hold her to it.
And Misty will definitely hold you to it. So.
Yes,
Yes, I will.
we will film a video together.
Yay. Michael, what's one of yours? One of your goals for 2021?
Maybe to get goals. I don't know. Like everything has happened so wholly unplanned. Just I know that sounds weird. I had no intention of getting a YouTube channel. I was not going to be a reseller. I really wasn't going. This one up here, when I told you, was not this one, but this one over here, right up here.
Me.
You know what I mean? Like everything just kind of happened and I just went with it. So I don't really know that I have goals. I know that may sound weird, but to get better videos.
Your videos are fine.
Everyone starts out somewhere, though. Trust me, but yours are pretty good, though. Yours are better than mine when I started.
I want to keep going. How about that? That is my
Well,
goal. To keep going, to keep learning.
Yeah.
To be open to learning. That's my goal, is to just go with it. When the opportunity is there, I'm just going to push myself to go with it and keep pushing myself. That's my goal. I'm just going to be consistent with that.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
My goal was
That's a good
I wanted to hit 20,000 subscribers, and I did that.
Awesome.
So I want to hit 25,000 subscribers now before the end of the year. Yeah, I've upped my game a little bit, but honestly, the biggest thing that I want to do is get more stuff listed on eBay. I really need to. I want to be able to focus more time in getting some of the stuff listed on eBay as well.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm paying for that big old eBay thing, and I only have 160 things listed on eBay right now. So I'm like losing money right now because
it's hard to do with the sales though, because that takes up more of your time than everything else.
I ship my items out the next day, or I get them packed and invoiced the next day, and it takes me 10 to 12 hours to get everything done. But I have to. It just drives me nuts. I have to do it. Because you get it shipped out and you get paid. I mean,
absolutely.
Well, that's the thing though too, like with eBay, is because when I was much more proactive on it and we started to do the live sales, I felt like I was like constantly going. Every day I was going to the post office, and because I'm so like neurotic, I can't sit on a package like, oh my God, they pay it. I have to get it out right away. So it was just like, ooh, it was a lot.
Right.
It's hard though, because for me, because I work full time, and the last thing I'm thinking about is coming home and shipping stuff, but I know I have to get it done. And I know that most of our viewers know that I'm not just sitting on my butt all day doing nothing. Like I'm physically working. I'm going to a 9-to-5 job, and then some days it's hard.
I think it's harder to work for you and Michael. It's so much harder to work a regular 9-to-5 job and then also do reselling. And that's a lot, because you've got like your brain, your mind is in two different places. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely, it is.
Yeah, that would be very hard, very hard. Katie, Vintage
Vinyl.
I don't think I would have even did this while I was still working.
No, I wouldn't been able to either. Not to this magnitude. I mean, I listed on eBay and I sold on eBay, but there's no way I could have these live sales and still work a regular 9-to-5. There's no way. Katie says, what is one thing you wish you knew when you started doing live sales? Anybody want to answer that?
How crazy fairy lamps were with everyone. I think that's a good one.
That took me by surprise, honestly, because you can find them here. I mean, that trend took me by surprise. I didn't see that one coming.
It was a shocker to all of us. I didn't know that so many people were really into them.
And it doesn't seem like it's gonna. I don't see an end to it.
No.
I blame you, Misty, because I have a small collection of them myself. Every time I see different ones. Anytime I see different ones, like I've got a pot-bellied stove, I've got a Santa Claus, I've got a few of them that are just so unique that I don't want to part with, but yet I'll buy a bunch of the Indiana glass ones, the stars and bars, and I'll sell those.
The only one that I kept is an amber stars and bars because I love it at Thanksgiving. I love it on my Thanksgiving table. That's usually where I put it.
Yeah.
So that's the only one that I kept. Because let's face it, if you could sell something, I'm going to sell it. I mean, there really isn't anything that I wouldn't sell necessarily. If, I got this ironstone picture. I love it, but I'd sell it. I would sell it.
First person to email her.
No. I don't want to ship it.
If I'm desperate, I'll sell this green Fairyland.
Nice one.
I want a blue one, and I want those owls. That
you know what, Vinny?
Will Thrifting Ventures just picked up.
You know what, Vinny? I got a blue one.
Ooh.
If we weren't live right now, I would do
something,
but I'm not going to do it.
I don't doubt it for a minute.
Green and blue Viking owl fairy lamps are the ones that I want. I'm sure I'll come across them at some point. It's one of those things, or like with anything else that we're all looking for, we find it when we least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always the case.
That's true.
Miss Pamela, what's one thing that you wish you knew?
I wish I knew that how much was involved in it from start to finish. Like how much was involved in just after the sale, because I have a ball during the sales. That is so much fun to me. But how much is involved in it, like afterwards. So so it wouldn't have taken me like 6 months to get a schedule going to where I felt right about, because I spent the first 3 months that I did live sales just crying at night because I would feel so bad because I didn't get every single package out that night. And I felt like I would let somebody down where it would take me a whole week to do shipping and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wished I would have known ahead of time how to schedule everything and get everything done better.
Yeah. Or what to know what you're.
I guess that just, that's something you just have to learn and do.
Yeah. Or like to know what's the sweet spot of a number of things. Like how many things is a good sweet spot that you can get done and not overwhelm yourself. I think that, and that's still, I still struggle with that. I keep saying I'm going to do less things, and I never do, because I'll fill up my paper and I'll have, I'll be filling up my paper for my life sale, and I'll have like 2 extra lines, and I'm like, well, I can't leave them blank. I got to fill those lines in. It's just 2 more things,
See, I stick to 25 items because of my crazy 8-9 hour days. So it means it gives me a little bit of time just to, send my invoices out. It's not going to be like something I have to really stress over because I'm selling mostly smaller things now. So 25 to 30 is pretty much going to be where I'm going to be at for each of my sales.
Well, I think that's good that you've recognized that, though, Vinny. I mean, I think that's really important, an important thing to know, because it is hard, because you do think, well, I can sell 5 more things. What 5 more? Because to me, it's fun walking around and deciding what I'm going to sell, what I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell this and this. And the next, I have everything set up for my next Wednesday sale on Friday, usually.
It's difficult though, or it was easier when we were in a way shut down, because we were doing sales every other week just to make a little extra so I could sell more because I wasn't working. But now that I am and have been for a little over a year now, I have to limit myself, because if I don't, I'm gonna really overwhelm myself with everything. As will all of us if we do too much at one time. Like this, I don't know how you do it. You do the what do you guys call your sale tomorrow? It's the Three's Company, and then you do a sale the next day.
I do,
like,
yeah.
Whoa, Nelly.
I do not see how. Mm-mm.
You just get it just gets part of your week. I mean, it was difficult at first, but then you just get used to it. You do get used to it. There will be a week coming up very soon that I'll be doing 3 sales, because I'm going to go on Patrick's channel in May.
Yeah.
So that will be a little. I mean, that's always a little. I've done it before, but it can be done. I can do it. And actually,
that just makes my palms sweat. That just makes my palms sweat.
Well, Emma will be home. Emma will be moved back home by then. She's moving back home forever.
That's good.
Yeah.
If anybody can do it.
Is she?
She is. She's taking her. She's graduating in December, and she's taking her last semester all online. So
that's great.
Her and her boyfriend will be here. This is a good one. Kim Z. Do you think live sales will continue to be popular when the world gets back to normal? I do.
See, this is the thing. I don't know where Kim Z lives. And that's the thing, because I think a lot for some people, I don't want to make this into some weird political thing, okay? But there are certain states that never had as stringent of restrictions that other states had. So for some states, there's never been a non-normal time. They've always just continued on. And I know that just looking at the buyers, that we have a lot of buyers that are in states that have never shut down.
Yeah.
So, and for I'll speak for Pennsylvania, we do have restrictions, but we haven't, everybody's been able to go to a thrift store or an antique mall for over a year now. So there's, you know what I mean? I know that there are a lot of people that are hesitant still, but I definitely think with vaccines, I hear a lot of the older folk today. I heard a lot of the older folks talking about what vaccine they got. God love them. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel that most people in most ways, so far as their spending,
I think it's our camaraderie.
I do. Yeah, I think it's
to keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? Because we've built up a community now. And it's like a destination. Each of our sales is like a destination or you would not believe how many people have emailed me and says it's their family night thing. That the husband and wife get together and watch either me or Misty. Will watch the different sales together, and it's like it's just like a thing that they have just incorporated into their weekly schedule now.
Well, and that's the thing, though.
I think that's fun because I know for me. Go ahead, Misty.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that for me, I have made some amazing, amazing friends and relationships since I have started doing this.
Yeah.
And met people that I would never, I don't think I would ever break contact with them if I quit doing sales tomorrow. I don't think that I would be able to stop communication and stop a relationship with them. You know?
Absolutely.
So I don't see it ending anytime soon. I would be sad if it did. I know that.
I know. Well, and the thing of it is that live sales have been going on for a while. It's not something that I invented. There have been live sales that have been happening. May not have maybe in our in our small community, but I mean, people have had live sales on Amazon or on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. The thing of it is that, and the thing that I always feel guilty about is you can't, I don't have the time to go to everybody's sales. that's where my guilt sets in. Because I usually will have one on while I'm working, and when I'm working, and Michael knows this, I try really hard to not get distracted, which is hard for me because I have ADHD and I am easily distracted. But I might have a live sale on, but I'm not going to comment because that's a distraction. So I have it on my TV and I'm watching, but I'm not necessarily commenting. Every once in a while I might, come in, but then sometimes I feel like, if you come in, then you're interrupting and you're causing a distraction. Like, because then everyone's like, oh, hi. But then it's taking away from the item that's being sold. So I always feel guilty about that too.
Right.
It's harder. I have to do a schedule that fits for me, like a lot of the evening sales. Like for me, like I know Monday is this show, and then sometimes I'll pop over on Tim's, and then Tuesday is what? Is it Stephanie's Tuesdays?
Yes.
Or is it?
Right.
So I'll go to hers, and then Wednesday, I can't even remember. I'm having a D moment. CRS is kicking in for me.
Well,
and then Patrick's is Thursday, Flippin' and Sippin's Friday, and then Saturday I have a sale sometimes, and then Pam, and sometimes I can't make it to Standing Autos because I'm exhausted, or I have to be up early the next day. Like I have a set schedule of what shows I can attend and when I'm available to.
It's really hard to because I think we all we're working all of the time, and it's hi Jaden. My son got a job and he's just getting home.
Ooh,
anyway, so I don't know. It's hard because you want to be there and you just can't be. I mean, you have some of like the people that you're very, like Jeffrey and I are very close. And Michelle and I are close, and so I mean, you have your ones that you do try to like, you try to make sure that you're tuned in, but sometimes you can't. I know Saturday nights I'm usually having game nights, so I try to like pop in on Miss Pamela's like during a little bit of a break, but then I gotta play my game because that's game night.
Absolutely.
So Sugar Britches has an interesting comment here and question. I see people making rude comments on other sellers' videos and feel the urge to comment on them. Do you ever step in on another seller's page to correct a rude person? Ooh.
I think it just depends on what the comment is. Like, I think, for example, a while back, and I try not to bring in politics or any of that kind of crap on my channel because that's just a trouble starter to begin with. But I bought I think it was some game that was like Trump, one of those Trump games from the late 80s. And I bought it to sell it, obviously. And someone commented saying, oh, you're a Trump supporter, yada, yada, because you bought this game. And it's not the case. I don't care what it is. If it's worth money, I'm going to buy it and sell it.
Yeah.
But some people were not too happy with that. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. I mean, your comment's going to be deleted anyway. I don't care. They get offensive, and my parents will tell me all the time, don't let that stuff get to you or don't respond to it because it's doing exactly what that commenter wants you to do. But at the same time, it's like, I'm human too. Like, I can't just not be offended by it, even though you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, basically. Because you want to just lay into them and let them know you're not messing around. But at the same time, you just got to be like, oh, just ignore it, delete it. Don't let anybody get under your skin. Grow a backbone.
Well, the thing of it is when you are, making content and you are Miss Pamela, who would have thought that we'd be influencers? Did you ever in a million years think that you'd be on social media? I didn't. I never in a million years thought that I would. But so being, out in the open, you do have to be very careful. You don't want to, you don't want to offend people. You don't want to, be, make people mad. You don't want to do that.
No.
And honestly, sometimes you just leave it to the other commenters because they'll take care of it. And honestly, I see something. I know this is during a live sale. Yeah. Someone makes a rude comment during a live sale, but having wrenches is a very important thing
Yes.
when you have a live sale. However, I feel there for a while, we had that incident where people were making fake accounts and stuff, and we were trying to decide as a community how we were going to deal with that. And we had the idea of making everybody a wrench. And I've always had a problem with it because I felt like that's giving somebody else control over my channel.
Right.
And that makes me very nervous. So I did go through and I unwrenched a lot of people, and I wrenched the people that I knew that I had a relationship with, that I knew had my best interest at hand.
Your best
absolutely.
business. Your business.
My best business interest at hand. Yeah, because at the end of the day, yes, this is all good and fun. This is a fun community. We all like to have fun with one another and love on each other and build each other up. But at the end of the day, this is what we do for a living. It is how we pay our bills. It is how we feed our families. It is how we make a living. So we do have to maintain a business mindset as well. I think that's really important to be careful of what you say and how you act.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, it is your reputation. So, however, I still think it's rude if you go on to somebody else's sale and talk about your sale.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Or even comment, well, I'm going to have a sale in a couple days. That's still promoting a sale during somebody else's sale.
No, promote it on your own time and do what you need to do to get the viewers you want. That's what's important. You can't have somebody else do it for you.
Yeah. Treating people with respect is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Kitty Cat. There's a certain YouTuber out there, no names, who seems to really resent other resellers here on YouTube. Is it hard to deal with that, or you just ignore it? Just ignore it.
Who?
Yeah.
You just ignore it.
Like,
You know what? You have to. You have to ignore it.
Because they're feeding off of us getting upset over it. That's how they build their views, by doing what they do. So you have to really just act as if it is not going on, even though as hard as it can be. But if you don't engage with it, they're going to eventually give up and leave you alone.
Yeah.
And
honestly, there is a lot of truth, and trust me, the bigger you get, the more people will have an opinion about you, and then they'll decide, this, that, or the other. They'll make generalizations. It is, like we said, it's a double-edged sword. We're doing these and our channels are growing, but at the same time, when your channel grows, then you have people that resent you and decide, this, that, and the other. And you just have to get over it.
It's easier said than done, for sure.
Absolutely.
A lot more happens behind the scenes than all of you know that are watching us.
Yeah.
I think the important thing, though, like in anything in life, is that you always want to. The concept is to defend yourself, but I am a firm believer that the truth needs no defense, right? So in situations like that, we're not defending the truth; we're trying to defend ourselves. So I think when you put it into that perspective, I don't need to defend myself to somebody that I don't know. At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to an opinion. And it's, how I choose to respond or react in that situation is what is going to speak to who I am. And I'm not going to allow what somebody else says or does to then have a poor reflection on me,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if somebody chooses to leave a nasty comment or somebody is resentful, let them be and see that for what it is, and be a better person.
Right. Yeah. You just can't feed into the negativity. And when I go to bed every night, I try to lay down and I think of what was the most positive thing that happened to me today? Because you know what, that's what you want to lay your head down on your pillow. You don't want, we all have issues. We all have things that are going on, but you want to think of, you want to look towards the positive and not the negative. And that isn't always easy to do. And I think jotting down something helps too. I think if you just write something down, you know, I've got, you know, look at me. I've got, how many notebooks do I have sitting here? You know, you just got to jot things down sometimes. You just do. These, I'm telling you what, these are I can't do this business without them. I just can't. And paper and pencil, not computer. Calypso Antique says, do you ever have issues with people not paying their invoices, and how do you deal with it? I think, Vinny, go ahead and answer.
There are so many different situations in regards to like people not paying their invoices. Most of it is just maybe they didn't get the email, or maybe it went to their spam folder so they didn't see it right away, or you know, someone's going through some health issues and they're not able to pay it right away. So it's all in the matter of just communicating, be nice to them. It's not like they're not paying you on purpose most of the time. And just try to understand other people. Like you want people to understand you, right? So do the same.
Yeah. What about you, Pam?
Right. I have not, I've only had a couple of instances, and the person contacted me and let me know the circumstances, and we worked it out, and I've never not been paid for anything.
Are you serious?
I
well,
really,
it is Pamela after all. I mean, I couldn't be that.
It's only happened to me one time.
Never.
It's only happened to me one time.
You get ghosted? Is that what we call that? Being ghosted?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? I've never had it.
But I think sometimes you have to be proactive. Sometimes you have to be proactive. I always give someone a week to pay. Now, listen, don't wait a week to pay me. I'm just saying, I give you a week, but when I send you pay it. But, because you do never know. I mean, things do happen.
Absolutely.
And if you email and you communicate with me, you know, but I will only hold things for a week, because you just can't, because someone's going to get a big and big, their order is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I owe you $500. Yeah, you do. So you have to.
Are we talking about unpaid? Are we talking about unpaid invoices, or are we talking about people that just never even email you?
Oh, well, okay. The people that never even email you, that has happened to me. But everyone that I have, but not very often. Really not very often.
Most people do email. Most of our buyers are repeat, so we know their information and everything. So sometimes it's not necessary for them to email us, but for me, because of, you know, my work situation, it's nice to have that kind of virtual checklist in my inbox to say, oh, so-and-so messaged me, let me get their order taken care of. And then once their, you know, package is all prepped and all packed up, I can say, hey, you're good. I'll get it out to you.
Well, I think that Michael made a good point too. You know, sometimes it does go to someone's spam. Sometimes, you know, they just didn't see the email notification from PayPal. Yep. So I just go into PayPal and I'll copy the link and I'll send them another email, and I'll just say, here's the link, you know, for the invoice, just in case you didn't see it. And you're gracious and you're thankful, and they pay it and you move on. I mean, but you do have to be proactive sometimes. I mean, and I'm not saying you have to chase them down, because, you know, you shouldn't have to chase them down, but sometimes you do, and you end up getting paid for it. So, you know, who is going to coordinate a get together? Lori, I want a get together so bad.
I do too.
I don't know where it would happen. I
think it
don't know how.
A convention, right? Like,
Yeah, a convention. I like eBay Open only for the vintage reselling community.
mm-hmm. We could totally. I mean, why? I would think it would be rather simple, because if we would get a hotel that has a convention center, then everybody that can, we would be able to block book hotel floors, which would actually decrease the overall value per room. And then you would obviously have people that are in communication with or already friendly with, so that they could do like multiple people to a room to help defray that cost. They would have an internal convention center, which they would have like tables and everything set up. Right. So,
I think it would be. I think it would be neat though. At eBay Open, they have like different like sections that you can go to. Like you could have like how to take good pictures for Well, I guess that would be like eBay Open, but you could be like, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that would be it's a networking thing, basically. It's a networking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I think
and like we could do like everyone.
The hard part to me would be geographic.
Yeah.
I think in the scheduling too. Like, oh my gosh.
Where exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone will be like,
so it's more could come that as many people that could come.
Yeah, and then there'd be no live sales that whole weekend. People would be like, no.
Oh, they would not be thrilled with that.
Okay, so here's a challenge. Somebody Google geographic center to United States of America and see where that is. The geographic center of the United States, and type it in the comments down below. I'm just interested to see where the actual geographical center to the United States would be.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be. Oh, yeah. Jeffrey was telling me this, that Barb does want to put the entire thing together.
Does she? Okay.
She's ready.
Ready to be a regular event planner.
We're going to
sign me up for that.
Really?
And
sure.
I think he said that her idea was just to have like almost like a flea market. Like everyone brings stuff and they set up at the flea market. And
that's not a bad idea, actually.
Wait, what did Barb say to that? Barb said, Jeffrey.
I think Mo87 put it in. I think it is Lebanon, Kansas, isn't it? Lebanon, Kansas. Yep, Sammy put it in. It's in Kansas.
Kansas is
Lebanon, Kansas. So
Kansas.
everybody.
Why can't it be Vegas? Why can't Vegas be in the middle?
Right.
But we could get cheap rates in Kansas. I mean, I can't imagine there's a whole lot going on. Well, maybe there is.
Cheap rates in Vegas.
Yeah.
But that's far for us East Coast folk.
It really is. I've never even been out that way.
There's tornadoes in Kansas. Oh, can we? No. I was like,
Wizard of Oz theme?
Yeah, it could be the Wizard of Oz theme. Dun, 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 like when she's riding the bike. Oh, and Jeffrey can bring Stella. She can be Toto, and he can carry her under his arm because she's so lightweight. Just carry her with one arm.
Yes.
Stella, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Stella, where are we at? And he could say, Auntie M, where are you, Auntie M? And Miss Pamela, you can be Auntie M. and then Sugar Britches will float down on her bubble. Sugar Britches will be the good witch of the good Glinda, the good witch.
Good witch Glinda, isn't that?
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. Glinda the Good Witch. Jeffrey could wear ruby slippers. He could.
Mm-hmm.
I think Liberace would look good in ruby slippers. Don't you think, Misty?
I could see it.
Oh my gosh.
You and Liberace, I swear.
I don't know.
Her lead.
It just kind of happened overnight. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, which is Days with Jordan the Lion. He went to Liberace's home in Las Vegas, and like it's been remodeled and everything. And I don't know. And then I just thought Liberace, wow. And then I just started like Googling Liberace and reading up on things about Liberace and then watching his performances and looking at all the I could sit down and have a fun conversation with Liberace. I mean, if that was possible, then maybe one day it will be. I think Liberace.
Have you watched his bio that A&E put out years ago?
Do
I don't know
I?
if it's still on YouTube or not. You know the biographies that they did of the stars from years and years ago?
Yeah.
I think there might be one out on YouTube now, unless they've taken it down. I can send it to you if you want me to.
Yeah.
'Cause I downloaded it. If a new one pops up I haven't seen, I download it and add it to my library. So that way I can watch it later.
Listen, you guys need to go and watch, and you can YouTube it, and you can see Liberace's like the opening to his show, to his like live show that he did, like his made for television one. It would show him, and he would like go over at different places and play the piano. He was in his bathtub. He has a piano next to his bathtub, and he'd play the piano and it's just glorious.
Well, nothing like having fun in the bathtub like playing a piano.
He was just a fun fella.
Unique.
He seemed like it for sure.
He was unique. Oh, Sarah Lee says she's going to be a lollipop kid.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey, did you know the Great Pyramids are in the geographical center of all the Earth's land masses? Well, that would be fine, Jeffrey, but I think we need to stay in the continental US of A.
I wouldn't mind going to Egypt. Maybe we.
Oh, I would love going to Egypt.
What are we going to do? Host a convention in King Tut's tomb?
Okay.
No service?
No, we can't, because everybody wants to steal things and resell it.
They already did in the 30s. They like
And they all got
robbed that.
Yeah.
And
They
all got
robbed all
cursed.
of that.
They were all cursed.
Well, they died rich.
They looted
Well,
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they were cursed. They were cursed. Sellers of the corn. I'm scrolling back.
Oh my God,
Yes,
who
they
said that?
I think I had seen something about a corn maze or something.
That's
I
funny.
like
Whoever
sellers
said
of the
that,
corn.
kudos. That was a good one.
We could do it in Indiana. Sellers in the corn. I tell you
That's
what,
hilarious.
have you guys ever been to a corn maze around
Oh
Halloween?
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I went to one, had no clue
Yeah.
that it was like this. There were clowns chasing people with chainsaws. Like they were all clowns. All of them.
Yeah, I've been
I-
to one that's like that.
Now that
I walked out like through the corn, like off of the maze, and
Oops.
found the road. And I walked from the road in the dark. I didn't care. I was like, oh no.
See, I was told that that's what was gonna happen, so I kind of just went into it. And I was like, "Nice try, but you didn't scare me." And
Oh,
plus,
no.
I probably knew some of the kids that were doing it too, so that kind of helped.
As soon as I saw it, I just turned and just walked through the opposite way through the corn. I mean, not even in the maze anymore, just through the stalks of corn to get out. Because I was like, no, this isn't going to happen. I will pee my
our corn
pants.
mazes around here are
That is-
dull.
Oh, I can't. I can't do things that pop out at you.
It's just corn. It's just corn.
It always depends on what it is, though.
No.
I would like to go to
No.
an actual haunted
Me neither.
house, not a
Yeah.
pretend one.
One that's
No.
been sitting and is in ruins, has been there for years and years. Who knows what you could find in there?
I
Yeah.
would go to
No.
an actual haunted house before I
Your
would go.
guess is what you could find in there. No.
I
Mm-mm.
didn't even
Unless it's been already broken into and there's a bunch of graffiti and all
I'm
kinds
not
of other
anywhere
crap
near
in
it.
there.
No.
That's because you had those tarot cards, Miss Pam, that
She
you had
did.
sit for a long time, and we knew what happened when you didn't send them out.
I remember
I mean,
that.
that green, was it a green box that happened with the last few sales?
handles for them.
They're gonna
Get
light
some
candles.
sage going.
Miss Pamela says that you and her are gonna go to church and light candles for us, Michael.
I own those demon cards, and the demons are just fine, but the ghost, well, no.
See, I don't mind it. I want to go to. There's a sanitarium in it's Waverly Hills in Kentucky.
No.
Yeah. We
No.
need to do it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Cindy J, I've been to the Whaley Museum in San Diego.
That's crazy things are fast, Misty.
Listen, I don't like things that pop out at me. Listen, I had a friend that they went to a really scary haunted house, like a fake haunted house in Indianapolis. And oh my gosh, if this happened to me, I would pee my pants and I would be embarrassed. But she was like running and they had dug graves and like she was running and fell into a grave.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Grave. And then they had another part where you're walking through and they had like rubber on the walls and they would like bite you through that rubber.
Ew.
No, I don't think I would like that.
Could you imagine you're running from something because it scared you and then you fall into a grave? No.
There are. If you
No,
want
I don't think I could do
weird-
that.
If you go down, Miss Pamela might know, but if you go over there to New Orleans, you literally have to sign waivers to be able to get in. If you have a heart
Yes,
attack,
that's the way that this
Yeah.
one was. That's the way that this one
like
was.
they're not fake. Like,
That might
this
be
is
something
real.
I have to experience just once, but I don't think I'd want to do that in my older years for fear of
Well,
what would
I mean,
happen.
if you want they say New York is a city that never sleeps. It's a lie. It's New Orleans. Anything you want to do, whenever you want to do it, New Orleans.
That's a place that I would love to go, but not during Mardi Gras. I don't want to hang with those drunk people.
Mardi Gras isn't too bad. You just gotta stay at the French Quarter. That's just where.
Yeah, I don't want to be around all those drunk people. I'd probably get in a bar fight if I got.
Yeah.
I'd get into a bar fight if I had to be around all those drunk people. 'Cause they would drive me nuts. You'd have to bail me out of jail probably.
We would
And that
bail
would be
for
very
you.
good for my business.
We'd have a live sale to help
There
get
you
your
go.
bail.
Fundraiser.
We'll raise money for Misty's bail if she ever goes there.
Right. GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe for Misty's bail out of New Orleans.
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm looking at more of I'm so far behind. I'm trying to find some comments. Ooh. Oh, Jamie said she's got tarot cards out right now and freaky things have been happening.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did your light
cards, Jamie?
Okay, corn maze. I saw that. I'm scrolling up. Haunted house tour. Of course, Sam would want the haunted house tour. Yes, she would. All right. Let me see. Let me go up. Seller. Oh, I saw that Sellers of the Corn again.
I love it.
That's as far as it would let me scroll up. How rude.
I love that.
Oh,
Somebody's got
that's a
trademark
good
that.
idea. You could do a tarot reading of YouTubers. That would be fun for
No.
Halloween.
No.
Or a Ouija board.
Jamie,
would get a
you
little
learn how to use those tarot cards.
I can imagine Pam right now, you doing a live Ouija board or like Ouija game, and what would happen?
listen,
Oh God,
I
that
won't
green
mess
box
with the
would
Ouija
come
board.
right back.
Now, I will not mess with the Ouija board. No,
My
That-
mom
that
says
I-
don't mess with that stuff.
that I won't do. I don't want to do that. But tarot cards, I don't know. It's probably about the same thing, but I just don't. I don't know. Ouija boards just that's like not happy things. That's like you're beckoning,
Evil, like spirits,
Yeah.
sort of a thing.
No.
You don't know what's gonna come out that board.
right?
No, you really don't.
There was a show. It was on. I think it was on Hulu, and it was about the Amityville Horror House. It was a new
Oh, I've
one.
seen that.
It was good. That was some
Yeah.
creepy stuff too. Uncle
There's some creepy
Andy.
stuff out there.
Uncle Andy, what are your thoughts about a 24-hour live sale with
Randy.
several resellers? I would love that.
It would be great, but we'd have to jump channels.
That would be fun.
Or no, because StreamYard has 20 hours, so we could do 20 of it on one channel, and then the last 4 we'd have to do on someone else's.
Yeah. I don't know how logistically it could happen, but I think it would be fun.
Or if you had like a marathon, maybe like
It'd be fun.
it
Yeah,
would be one person
absolutely.
for 1 hour, and then another person another hour, and it would just be like a train.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did
Yeah.
I see?
Mhm.
Where did I see? I saw all caps. Okay, here we go. It's Katie Girl. What do you put in your description box? And do you put the same thing for each video? Oh, that's a good question, Katie. Katie always has good questions.
Yeah.
I have been playing around with it. I have had everything on the same thing. Like I didn't change anything in my description. It was the same thing every video. I just had my settings saved. And then Jeffrey and I were talking about that, he's like, I always thought that maybe, with Instagram, if you use the same hashtags all the time, then you can be flagged for like spam or whatever. So, and it can mess with your settings in the algorithm. So I've been playing around with it this week, and I've just been, I deleted all of my hashtags that were saved in, and I've just been slowly adding them, making them different every time. And I've not really noticed a difference necessarily, but maybe it's too soon to notice that. But what do you do, Miss Pamela? Do you have your settings saved in your videos?
Yeah. I just put the same description. Yeah. I just changed the date. And then if I happen to mention somebody's channel during my live sale or something, then I go in there and I link those channels that I've mentioned in my description. But as far as the main body of it and everything, it always stays the same.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. Sarah's here. The pride of Iowa. The pride of Iowa is in the chat. Well, hello, Miss Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It's not Samantha.
Miss Samantha.
It's
Okay.
not Samantha.
Our Ouija
Miss
board.
Samantha.
Our Ouija board moved when no one was touching it. That was the last time I ever messed with any of that stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
To bury it. You have to bury a Ouija board.
That was probably
You
can't burn
it. You can't burn it. No.
I didn't know that. Well, thank goodness I've never done it before.
No, you can't burn it.
No.
Well, I'm glad someone's telling me now before I decided to do it.
Gotta bury it.
Okay, so.
Oh,
wait. Jeffrey said, I have to say, I really don't believe in Ouija boards or anything like that, but I did lose my. Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, my God.
He lost his remote. I lost my remote and think that it fell into a different dimension. He said, I've looked for it in my refrigerator. It's not there. I've looked for it. Oh,
so many things that I could say, but I won't.
I think that Aaron has hidden it, and he's just sitting back there wondering how long it's going to take you to, like, all the drastic steps you're going to take.
Checking the dishwasher, checking the trash can, checking the cabinet you don't go into all the time.
Or maybe that random person that you accidentally put it to in their box is watching this video and is going to be like, oh, so he didn't mean to send me his remote control.
Well, you could have taken it to the shop, maybe, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's checked in the couch, Lena. He has checked in the couch. He has checked everywhere, and it's driving him crazy. So he can't watch TV apparently, or he has to go up and turn it on and off the old-fashioned way.
Oh my lord.
The old-fashioned way. What's that?
By
Lord.
by going up and turning it.
Oh, I know. I was just being a.
And the TV
Smart.
would make a certain sound when you turn the channel. It would be like clunk,
And then it would get that dot in the middle.
Click,
Yes.
click, click.
click.
I was just being a smart ampersand money sign.
Oh, Diana, I like this idea. I want to go shopping in Sarah's storage unit.
Right?
I want to go shopping in there.
Yeah. Holy crap! Some of that
I
stuff
thought-
is like,
Fun.
whoa.
I thought Sarah got rid of it.
No, she still has it.
Oh, why did I think you got? I don't know why I thought you got rid of your unit.
Jody, I have holy water too on the shelf in my bathroom. You know that shelf. That shelf with all the laxatives and all that fun stuff.
You need some holy water with all them laxatives.
I know. I've thinned out my collection. I've thinned out my collection. Oh, Mo said, so nice. We're on this. So since we're on this haunted, anybody bought a haunted antique? Nope.
Not that I know of.
I've been around antiques my entire 45 years on this planet, and never once have we ever had anything weird happen. I need to knock on wood. Absolutely.
Pamela can neither confirm nor deny it. She's just like, no. No.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Sarah wants to get a Ouija board. And Sam said that they already have one.
Well, you go for it, sister.
Oh, Jody, how many of you have met one another in
Of course
person?
they do.
I've not met any of you guys in person
I
yet.
haven't met anybody.
I'd love to. Trust me, I would love to
Nope.
meet up with a bunch
I
of you.
would
Michael,
too.
Todd, and I aren't that far apart. I mean, we're what 3 hours away in PA? Because I live right on the border.
Of Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland. Like literally, to get to the next town in PA is 10 minutes. Not even that. Greencastle.
I've never heard of Greencastle.
Oh.
I mean, at most, it would be 3. At most. I don't even know that it would be that, to be honest.
Probably not. Because Jocelyn is, what is she? Like an hour and a half from me. So like kind of like halfway. Because she's in what? Carlisle, I think.
Around there.
Yeah, that's not that far from me at all.
I'm coming to Pennsylvania.
When?
I think in August. I don't know. I'm working on something. I'm working on
Well,
something.
you need to let me know because
You'll know.
I have no problem driving.
You'll know. I'm working on something. Something's gonna happen.
I still got to meet up with CLL, but I'm sure I'll see her
Something's
at
gonna
some
happen.
point at the flea, and we can maybe work something out then. Because I
Vinny,
hate bombarding her with messages.
I
really
swear,
do.
if she tells me that you send her a message that you are too nervous to go up and talk to her, I'm gonna whoop you.
I know she's probably gonna be. I think it'll be a little bit easier in person than through social media.
Oh,
I know her.
She's so
I know her
gorgeous
phone
and
is
fun.
constantly blowing up between the likes on Instagram, her eBay, her messages that she probably gets. I don't know how she does it. Her device must blow up all the time.
I
Everything.
don't either.
But
If I were her,
she
I'd
knows
get 2 devices. One for
She
personal, one for crazy lamp lady stuff.
she knows who you are, Vinny. So it's not like you're like
Yeah.
creeping
Total
out
stranger.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's hard though because I know that her schedule is completely different, and I don't want to bombard her with messages on social media because I know she gets that a lot. So yeah, it'll happen at one point.
Yes, it will.
And yeah. Some people are saying in the chat, I've met with Treasured Vintage. She's not even. I can literally get to her within 20 minutes. And Scott came down, and we've met up a couple times, and we want to do that again soon, probably in June, because aside from losing poor Kitty Salem and then him having that really bad fall. If you guys watch his videos,
Oh,
he had I texted him the other day, and he had, I don't know what he did. He slipped on something and then he bruised his bone, so he's been walking around in a cast for a while now.
Oh no.
Yeah, he said it was not a very fun fall at all.
one of those trolley tracks. It was a trolley track.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh yeah. One of these days, Sarah and I are going to go shopping together, and it will be an experience. Let us just say, it will
That
be
will
like,
be.
there will be no. It will be chaos. It will be chaos, and like, and Jeffrey and I were very careful when he came up this last time, because I think a lot of people will comment in his videos, we miss Barb. When I see his videos.
We miss.
That's funny.
They don't want to see me because I am a distraction. I know that I am, because I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that over there. Oh my gosh. And I get him off track.
I would love to meet Jeffrey and Barb. I think that would be fun. And Trusty, because they're all in the same area.
Oh yeah.
My problem is
I think that
I'm a little leery, not even with the COVID. I'm still a little scared to go very far with my car, because I had never driven very far. Like the furthest I've gone is probably, like by myself, it was probably the Lancaster area. That's probably the furthest I've ever gone by myself.
Oh no, young man, get out, explore.
I know. I mean, I've gone to Maine, but my uncle's been the designated driver for that. But some stuff still scares me, because I know the further I get away from where I am now, the crazier the drivers get.
Well, but I think that
The only thing that changes is the scenery. People are people no matter where you go.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
it is.
well, there you go. There you go, Vinny. That can be a goal
Yeah.
that you're setting. There you go.
Absolutely. Very
There's
much
a goal.
so.
yes.
To venture out a little bit, because I'm telling you, you really do. I mean, you know that if you're searching in a general area for things, it gets stale, and then you're like,
Yeah.
I've seen all this stuff, and
Yeah.
like this antique booth never has a sale. I'm not even going to look in here because I don't, So it's good to keep a 2-hour radius around you that you can go out. It's a day trip. You can go out there and you can break the trip up. Stop at a thrift store along the way.
That's what I did when I went up to meet Scott in Lancaster.
Yeah.
I broke the trip up. Like I left early in the morning. I thrifted my way around, and since I couldn't get to my hotel room until like 7, I was just out until late at night when everything was closed. And then I just got dinner, went to my hotel room, and relaxed for the night. And then went on flipping and sipping like I normally do on Friday nights.
Yeah.
I
Listen,
mean, flying to me, I have no problem with. Like, I want to go and meet Mary Beth and Laura at some point, and Mama Lehman, of course. But driving still kind of scares me. So I'm like, why don't I just fly? I live like right down the road from a small airport here. I could just fly to one of the major airports, be it BWI or Dulles or wherever. And then I can just take the flight back to the small airport, and my house is right down the road from it. So it's not like traveling's a big issue.
Yeah.
But driving scares me.
well, I mean, driving can be scary, but I am like the flightiest person that I'm all over the place. And I drove in San Diego on the interstate and in Los Angeles, and I survived. So if I can do that, you can do anything, Vinny.
It's true.
It's
just breaking out of that comfort zone, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it gets harder and harder the older you get.
It does. It does.
And that doesn't just count for traveling. That also counts for dating, which
Yeah.
I've never tried.
Oh, well, Vinny, come on. We need to have, like, it would be like, that's what we could do. We could do reseller dating game.
Get me one of those like rockabilly type ladies that dress like a 40s pinup girl. Maybe I'll be interested.
They're out there.
I know there are. It's just a
Mhm.
matter of me getting the gumption to talk to them and not sounding like a stereotypical
Especially that
male.
Baltimore area.
Yeah. Diane said that we need to have a video person. Jeffrey and I have talked about that too, because there are a lot of funny things that happen while we're out that never gets caught on camera. Like when we forget to shut the hatch on my car, when we have all of our boxes in the back, when we are on the highway.
Oh no.
Yeah. There have been several things. My favorite instance is when we were at the antique mall and they didn't know who Jeffrey was, but they knew who I was.
That's funny. That's something someone else didn't ask, is if we've ever been recognized before. I know Misty, you just said you did.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad when I do get recognized and I'm not like the same person I am on the internet as you see in person.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I say in terms of like, you know, like I don't expect it. So it's kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Like it kind of catches you by surprise.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
when you're on guard, you're immediately like, what?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, how do you know me again? And then it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It does take you by surprise a little bit. And and my favorite encounter with a viewer, well, and I think Jeffrey was with me, I believe, is, yeah, I think he was. When we were in a flea market, and we ran into two lady, or a husband and a wife and their two young kids, and their young kids were like, they were excited. I mean, they were like little, like 7 years old.
Oh.
And they were like, we watch you guys like as a family all the time. And they were just so like, I don't know, that was just kind of a special moment. The just to see that, and you know, everyone had their masks on. I want to go over and hug them, and you can't.
I know. Jeffrey says, Vinny, what do you do? Run away and hide? No, I don't do that. Of course not.
Of course not.
I wish I was dressed less like a homeless man. I know that, Sam.
Yeah. I mean, it's different because I met up with, you know, Chad from Retro Days, and I also met someone, Amy B, who works at an antique mall that's right on the road to where I grew up. So that's different when I'm expecting it. But when you're not expecting it, it's like, thanks for watching. Yeah. I appreciate it, and it was nice meeting you too.
Yeah. It's neat, and I'm seeing in the chat that everyone's like thinking, well, I live here, maybe we could do a meetup, and I live here, so you guys are networking with one another and something. That's so fun, because it was so nice to be able to connect and meet with people that have very similar mindsets, and like the love and the appreciation for this stuff. And you know, we like to go to thrift stores, like maybe your husband and your kids and, you know, your friends don't really like to go and do all that stuff, but you can meet up with, you know, your friends and you know, you can make a day out of it. And thank goodness we're slowly, hopefully going to be getting back to, you know, the way things used to be somewhat. I mean, you know, we're you know,
we're in a much better place now than we were a year ago.
Yeah.
True that.
Way better place.
Yeah, the bouncy ball incident, Fairly, that would have been a great one. That would have been a great one to capture on film as well.
Okay, what is the bouncy ball incident?
Oh, you don't know?
No, you got to tell me. What is this bouncy ball incident?
Well, we were Jeffrey, Barb, and I were at Savers, and Jeffrey had a bag of bouncy balls, and they were like, they didn't look right. They looked like they were aged. And Jeffrey was like, I wonder if these still bounce. And I said, I don't know.
No.
So he threw them on the floor, and they busted, and balls went everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
We were crawling. Well, we weren't, because I like pretty much just walked away. I walked away. I was like, well, he can pick up his own balls. I walked away.
What would Vinny say? What would Vinny say?
It was honestly a good distraction, because Jeffrey was picking up his balls, and I could go off and find things. He didn't.
Competition.
That's right. Yeah.
What would Vinny say again?
It was pretty funny. It was pretty
I
funny.
thought you were gonna say these balls were so old that when you went to bounce them, they just like went to powder or something. They just like
No, they were still bouncy, Vinny. They were bouncing. No, they didn't. Well, they kind of did, but I don't even know why you bought them.
hey, I mean,
oh my God.
even if it's old and it still bounces, hey.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
'cause it's got age doesn't mean it can't do that.
That's right. That's right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it
That's
was
true.
the best. All right. Let's see if we have anything. We're getting ready to wrap it up. I just have to say, oh, he does. Listen, Jeffrey has some more bags of balls to sell. So if you are interested in the infamous bags of balls, Jeffrey's got some. You can buy Jeffrey's ball.
Oh
He'll
my God.
autograph them for you.
He will sell you his balls.
Oh, well.
So sign your ball bag.
That's what I. Oh God.
You do not know how many nights wondering if I. You have,
Oh my goodness. Sugar britches. I'm not even going to say that, but I'll put it on the screen.
I'm not saying it either.
oh my God.
We better stop. We're gonna make Miss Pam pee herself.
Oh my gosh. Well, where'd that comment go? I can't get it off the thing now.
Oh, yes, you know I'm old. I've got a weak bladder.
Listen, I'm the same way. I can't go on a trampoline anymore. My trampolining days are long gone.
Oh God.
But bouncing on a trampoline and you start laughing. Oh no. It just can't happen anymore.
Oh Lord.
It just can't happen. So, guys, this is always Monday nights are always so much fun. They really are, and I'm working on May's schedule, and I would really like. I know that you guys send me questions and stuff, but if you have like things that you're wanting us to talk about, send me a message and send me an email, and I will write it down in my notebook. But yeah, I mean, these are just so much fun. And, you know, I'm going to, Michael and I have been talking. We're going to have him on Michael's channel every once in a while.
That'd be awesome.
And yeah, so, you know, Michael's going to be able to, he might be in contact with some people as well, to invite them onto his channel. And, you know, it may be some repeats. My birthday is June 1st, and I already have the day before my birthday planned out of who we're gonna have a birthday party for me. I'm gonna throw my own birthday party.
That was fun
my
last
own
year.
birthday party, and you
I
all
remember
It was
last
really
year.
fun last year.
Mhm.
you
It
all
really was. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It gave us something to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a fun way to network and for all of us to have the sense of community and talk and get to know one another. I love seeing everybody talking and kind of making plans in the chat. I think that's a wonderful thing to do and hook up with people that you know, enjoy and you want to meet up with and spend some time with. So, and make sure that once this video does go live, in the comments, if you have a YouTube channel, if you're having a live sale, make sure that you can promote that in the comments on this video, and with a link. Sometimes I have to go through and approve, because sometimes when someone tries to post a link, it'll flag it. So I'll go through and I'll approve it, but absolutely in the comments, feel free to, you know, advertise for your sales and for your channels and all that kind of good stuff. And it's always fun to find new channels to go and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Someone just made a really funny comment. I have to scroll up. Who was it? And I think I gave Pam a hard time about this already. Oh, she had me crying when she was selling that swung vase. And we know exactly what you were doing to that swung vase, Miss Pam. That was gold. Pure gold. Caressing and we're going to just say caressing because I think the other word might get Misty demonetized.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, caressing that bittersweet swung vase.
Oh.
She kept going up. been down on it, and it was
she didn't even know.
She didn't know what she was doing until somebody commented. It was the funniest thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sarah Lee. Anyone in the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Seattle? Let me tell you, if I'm in Seattle, Washington ever, I already know where I'm going. I know where I am going. Whose doorstep I will be upon in Seattle, Washington, and that would be Ms.
I already know. Vintage Bombshell.
No, Liz Retros.
Oh, that's right. Liz.
And she posted a picture of her guest room, and I said, that's you're preparing it for me when I show up on your doorstep because
I forgot they were in Washington for a second there. Again, CRS is kicking in.
Yeah. I love Liz and Mr. Retros. I do. I want to spend a weekend with them. I'm coming someday.
She would be somebody fun to meet up with.
Oh, I know.
I'll never forget Michelle's New Year's Eve extravaganza. You went fangirl nuts when she popped up on that.
I
pushed Jeffrey aside, for goodness sake.
I beat Jeffrey's to death. That he was.
We were like, move. Liz is on here. Move.
I know.
Get out of the way.
I just love her. I love her so much. And George, yes, and yeah, I'm telling you, I don't want to spoil the surprise. So something else is going to be happening here very, very shortly too. But I don't want this to spoil the surprise. Make sure, guys, that you are subscribed to Vintage Vinny and Miss Pamela and the Cult of Vintage and me. You can subscribe to me as well. Everyone's channel links are down in the description. Make sure that you go and show them some love and leave some comments on their videos. And we're going to get Vinny up to that 5,000. We're going to help him reach that goal. So I really appreciate you guys spending your Monday nights with us. And next week, our guests will be Cindy from Mimi's Treasure Cottage and Patrick, the Trusty Huckster.
Awesome. I can't wait for that one.
Huckster will be on next week. So
Kelly Michelle will be watching.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Thank you guys so much. Make sure that you go subscribe to these beautiful people. And we will see you at the Vintage Rescue Squad next Monday night, 8:00 Eastern. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.